This episode is brought to you by the Overstuffed Closet Boutique. Their fashion closets include new and reloved fashion, as well as accessories to tie it all together. And fellas, pick up a gift card for that special person in your life. The Overstuffed Closet Boutique knows that plus sized women deserve fashion befitting of the queens that they are. Visit them today at www.closetstuffed.com. That's closetstuffed.com. Honoring those trailblazers who preceded us is just as important as leaving a legacy for those who will follow us. Greekly Speaking is about highlighting Greeks today who are creating positive change for tomorrow. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Hi, welcome to Greekly Speaking. I'm Eric Tucker, and joining me for this episode is Faith Manning of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Faith was initiated in the Kappa Gamma chapter of Zeta Phi Beta in 2007 at Fisk University. She holds a Bachelor of Music in Pipe, Organ, Performance, and she also has a Master's in Higher Education and Administration. She is currently the Elementary Music and Middle School Choral Director in Lancaster, Texas. Faith is also the owner and operator of BBW's Workout, an exciting new fitness and fashion brand with an interesting dance element. Faith, thank you for joining us on Greekly Speaking. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Hey, the pleasure's all mine. I'm glad you're here, taking time out your pandemic schedule to come hang out with us for a minute. I love it, and I'm excited to hear about your brand. You recently joined the D9 Business Directory, and I can't wait to hear about some of the content that we saw out there. But first, as we do on Greekly Speaking, we got to learn a little bit about you. So tell us, did you have any Greek influences in your life growing up?
I did. One of the main reasons why I became a Zeta is because of my cousin Angie. She plays at Jarvis in 1990. so she's also the reason why I became a teacher. So she's been very influential in my life. So
that is cool. So you already knew going into school, I guess, that hey, Zeta was for you. So going in, how many ladies came in with you?
It was 6 of us in all.
Okay. What number were you?
Ace? The really? Front of the line, number 1. Yes.
See, you look like you're always trying to be in front of the line, and that's cool. I love it. I love it. And what's the name of the line?
The 6 Identities of Blue.
Okay. And what was your line name?
Resounding Rescuer.
Resounding Rescuer. Okay. So what's the story behind that one?
Well, my voice is naturally loud, and I'm all about saving people. So I was always, trying to make sure we were safe and saving. No, my hand went up a whole lot of times. Excuse me, big sister, a whole lot.
So, okay. And we're going to leave that at that level because...
and that's it.
2007, it's old school. I love it. That is cool. How would you describe your Greek journey so far?
It's been one of the greatest things I've ever done. Zeta has afforded me so many opportunities. I've gotten jobs because of Zeta. Those struggling days right after undergrad, my big sisters took care of me. They fed me when I didn't have nothing. When I was lacking gas in my car, here's $15. Zeta has been very good to me. And my favorite profile, Kelly Edmond, she is one of my ride or dies. I can call her for anything at any time. It doesn't matter how foolish or crazy, she entertains my foolishness. And I'm really appreciative of her. So Zeta has been such a blessing for me.
As we were talking during the break, preparing for the segment, I spent a little time in Nashville, and I got a chance to meet Kelly, and she was really cool. I think we were preparing for a step show at the time, and she had everybody in check, and I could see why she's very influential for you. So what kind of community service projects was your chapter known for?
We used to do things like Service with a Smile, where we would go and people would have trays and stuff, and we would take their food and throw it away if they wanted. It was almost like a waiting service. They wanted drinks, we would go get them, things like that. We did a whole lot of stuff at the food bank, at the homeless shelter. We had a whole March of Dimes, you know, that's a big thing for us. So we used to do a whole lot of things like collecting bottles and rattles and diapers for babies. And we did a lot of raffles for March of Dimes. We had a thing where we would give away like baskets that had like lotion and deodorant and toothpaste and all these different things to a freshman every year. That's what something that we would do every year. I don't know if you would consider this service, but I felt like it was a service where we would have study breaks every 2 weeks and people would, especially during midterms and finals, we would have like a 2-hour window where people could just come play games, relax, get a little snack, then they go back about their merry way. Those are some of the things that I remember. We did a whole lot, like a
And,
whole lot.
and that's very unique, and that's part of that campus life that most Greek organizations bring. Because we all know studying, you got to unplug at some point in order to really stay focused. So that's pretty awesome. So last question in that regard, what advice would you give to someone who's considering going Greek?
Your organization will be a great experience. You will get lifelong friends, but it's not your entire life, and you don't have to make it your entire life. Oh, and another thing, it's easy when you're going through, membership intake. The hardest part is when you get over and you have to maintain your life. If you're married or you're trying to be dating or booed up, you got to maintain that relationship. You got to have a job. If you're a mother or a father, you got to be all of that angry. So make sure you have to have a healthy balance with all of it.
Hey, I love it. And, one question that I had, because you have a very unique academic background with pipe, organ, performance. How did you pick that as a major? And what was that passion behind it?
Honestly, I didn't. It was chosen for me. So I started out as a music education major when I went to college. And I was focused, I had emphasis on piano. And I just took organ as like an elective. And I was really, really good at it. So my piano teacher was like, you really should consider changing your emphasis to pipe organ performance instead of music education, because you're a Black woman. Black people don't really do this, and Black women really don't do it. So that'll be some money you can make. And that's why I decided to go that way.
Someone who takes counseling and executes it. I love it. And hey, it looks like it's paid off well for you, and that's great. And we see that you're rocking the BBW's workout brand, and I love that. Let's talk about your business and your current role in your company. Where did the inspiration for the brand come from?
Well, when we went on lockdown, between the beginning of March, when we first went on lockdown, to the end of April, I had gained a mass amount of weight. Like, it was so fast how much weight I gained. So I had to get on a health journey. And I just started posting videos and stuff, periodically. When people started asking me for help. Now I was just like, well, I'm not really a trainer. If you want to come work out with me, you can, but I'm not a trainer or anything like that. So some of the sorors started saying, hey, you just don't realize how many people you are inspiring. You really need to try to do this. So I went and I started looking into getting certifications with group fitness and stuff like that. Let me go back. So the main thing that I do is high cardio line dance. And when I first started working out, I was saying, oh, well, let me go and join the gym again. Then I had to be honest with myself. Faith, don't lie to yourself. You are not about to go to the gym. You've done this time and time again. We're not about to waste any money paying for the gym, because you're not going to go. You don't like the treadmill. You don't like the gym. So let's not lie to ourselves. So I had to decide, what do I like to do that would get me fit? I like twerking. I do. So I would go and I started out walking half a mile. That's all I could do. I would walk half a mile a day. Then I would go in my front yard, turn my radio on, and I would do a circuit. I would twerk for a minute, then I'd change and maybe do some standing crunches. Then I'd change, okay, you got these little weights, do some bicep curls. I started out doing that. And then I'm like, you used to really love line dancing when you were living in Nashville. So I just got on YouTube and started looking up line dances. And it's so many that I had no clue existed. So last summer, I spent a mass amount of time learning so many line dances. Then I started making up my own. Well, I would post my videos, and so many people started asking me, well, how are you losing so much weight? Can you help me? Can I work out with you? And I'm like, well, I'm not a trainer, and I don't want to pretend like I'm qualified to train you, but I'll show you all the dances you want. And people had started telling me, you need to create a workout page. You need to do this. You need to do that. And I'm like, maybe it's something that's just falling in my lap, and I probably should go ahead and do it. So at first it was just going to be, I was going to try to teach line dance classes. And then I started looking for cute exercise clothes for big girls. Nah, it's just really not. It's few and far in between. So I'm slowly building the fashion side of it. So I've started with cute t-shirts. Then eventually I'll get to like leggings and hoodies. And another thing that I'm trying to do that I'm not telling anybody because I don't want anybody to steal my idea.
Hey, don't give away your secret sauce. You know, and this is a wonderful story for me. We connected out because I saw content you were posting on social media, and I don't even know how we got connected at some point, but you know, maybe another contact of mine had some of your content on their feed, and I was looking, I was like, man, this person, they're doing it. And then I remember a few days later, I saw different content, and I'm like, oh man, she is working it. But what I was most impressed with was the fact that you're promoting that body positivity and encouraging women, as you say, these are your words, not mine, to love their bodies no matter what size they are. And I was like, that's a great concept. But honestly, I saw you live in that with the photos that you were posting, and you could tell that you were already in love with yourself and you knew how to love yourself as you are, and everything else was just an enhancement. And, you know, as someone with daughters, I just fell in love with that imagery, and I really did. And I just want to let you know that that is that positive message that we need to communicate more and project more. And you're communicating your brand by your actions, and people are going to naturally gravitate to that. So don't change that flow. And honestly, you got me doing my little 20 crunch an hour commitment now. I'm like, oh man, I can't go out like that.
Let me
She
tell you
is
something that
working
I do though. Let me tell you something that I do. Every time I use the bathroom, I do 20 squats over the toilet.
it. Okay, okay.
And when I first started doing that, when I tell you the pain, all the pain, but I've gotten used to it now because I drink a lot of water now. So I'm like, that's another avenue that I can take to maximize on what I'm trying to do with my body. So
For those folks that would like to connect with you, where can they learn more?
well, I'm building my website now. It's not up yet, but it should be in the next couple of weeks. And that's www.bbwsworkout.com. But I also have an Instagram page, BBW's Workout. I have a Facebook page, BBW's Workout, a YouTube page, BBW's Workout, and also a TikTok, BBW's Workout. Oh, and Clubhouse, BBW's Workout.
Look at you, you know, branding.com. That's it right there. I love it. So represent your brand. You're doing a great job, and it shows, it's visible. It is just so pure and organic, and I hope it catches on. So if there's anything that we can do to help promote that positive content that you have going on, just let us know. Okay.
I really appreciate it. And I think this is really cool what you're doing. I think you have a really cool platform. I
Well,
really do.
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for joining that D9 Business Directory. And thank you for speaking with us here today on Greekly Speaking. Okay.
Okay.
All right.